Hey y'all, it's Jimmy James on Jimmy James's Journey. And it's Sunday, and I am going to fix it's one of my favorites. I eat them all the time. I fix them at home all the time. I hardly ever fix them for the family, but I'm fixing them for the family today because I'm going to do a video. But it's my potatoes au gratin. I love them. Nothing like potatoes and cheese cooked. So, I'm on my way to the store to get the potatoes. Get some potatoes and some cheese. So, I will be back in a few, and we will show you the ingredients you need to make these wonderful, delicious, I can't wait. See you in a little bit. Make these wonderful potatoes. Alright, I'm back from the store. I got the potatoes and I got the cheese. So what you need to make these au gratin potatoes, I just got a bag of Idaho russets because they bake better. I use Colby Jack and cheddar. Now, I like to put at least a cup to a cup and a half of each in it because I like mine really, really cheesy. And you need a can of cream of potato soup. You need some butter and some flour. That's all you put in them. Now, you can slice up an onion real thin and put in them if you want to because that's what the recipe calls for. But because of allergies around here, I'm not putting onion in ours. Because me and my dad can't have the onions, so I'm not putting onions in ours. But you can slice the onions real thin and layer those with your potatoes. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to slice my potatoes, and I'll show you how I do that. Alright, I've got my potatoes. I'm going to make this dish full. So what I do to determine how many potatoes I need, I get my potatoes out, and I put my potatoes in the dish that I'm going to use, and that way it will kind of give you an idea of how many you need. That's how I've always done it. But I really don't have an exact number because potatoes are different. They're not ever the same size, so you can't say, well, you need 3 potatoes. You need 2 potatoes. You just need what it takes to fill your pan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11 potatoes and one kind of balanced on top. Just make sure I have enough. But that's how I determine how many potatoes I need for my potatoes au gratin. Because I don't peel them. I like the peeling on mine. But I don't use the end pieces because that's just too much peel. I just cut them real thin. If you got a good knife, it really helps. Or you can use a mandolin, but be careful because mandolins are very sharp and you can cut your fingers. But in some like food processors and things have slicers where you can slice them real thin. But I just use a knife because I'm just really fast with a knife. But just cut your potatoes really thin. Don't cut yourself. But that's all you do is you cut all your potatoes. Cut your potatoes pretty thin. And once I get all these potatoes cut, I'll be back and show you how to assemble. Alright, I've got my stuff together, got my pan, and I've sprayed it with a non-stick spray. Got my potatoes sliced, and they have been rinsed off. I got a cup and a half of cheddar cheese, a cup and a half of Colby Jack cheese, a can of condensed cream of potato soup, a stick of butter, about a cup of flour and some sour cream. I'm gonna add a little sour cream to it this time because it just gives it a little yum yum yum. But that's all the ingredients you have. I'll put those on at the end of the video, but I'm gonna show you now how I mix up the sauce that goes on the potatoes before we bake them. Okay, what we're doing first, you take your, I'm using a big skillet today, kind of a wok skillet today to make it. But what we're doing first is put your butter in, and you want to melt that butter. Because what we're really doing is making a roux, a cheese roux. That butter melted. You can add a little bit of salt. Add some salt to this. A little bit of pepper. I always salt my potatoes too when I layer them in, because potatoes are so hard to get salted enough. But you want to get this butter melted in your pan. I should have used softened butter, but I didn't. This came right out of the refrigerator, so it's taking a second. Take a spoon and cut it up a little bit so but it's better if you use softened butter, so let your butter sit out. You can use butter out of the tub too, but I just used a stick of butter because it was just easier. That's what I always use when I make this. So that's good enough, your butter, because that will continue to melt. But you get your butter in there, and then you want to get your flour in. And that flour all stirred up in all that butterness. It makes a gooey butter roux. This is kind of what you do to make a gravy. You can make gravy this way too. If you wanted to make a big butter gravy, I don't know how butter gravy would taste, but the rest of my flour. Oh, I forgot. There's milk in this recipe. So now I'm going to add a cup of milk. I completely forgot my milk. And stir your milk into your butter and flour. This is what makes your cheese sauce really yummy and thick. I'm just using a whisk. You can whisk all them lumps out. See how it's thickening up? Just let that thicken up. And then I'm going to put in my can of cream of potato soup. Usually comes right out. There it is. And I'm going to put probably about 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Because if you think about it, what do you put in a baked potato? You put sour cream. So you know this is going to make it yummy. Stir all this yumminess together. I could just about eat that right there just as a potato gravy. Put that on a big old biscuit. Now you can take this same recipe, this right here, and you can take and bake potatoes, and once you got your potatoes baked, cut them open or cut them in half and scoop out the stuff. And you can take this same recipe that I'm showing you and mix that together and refill your baked potato skins, and then sprinkle a little cheese on top and put them back in the oven and make twice baked potatoes. Alright, I'm gonna add the cheeses. This sounds real hard, but it's not. It's just a lot of stuff. And just stir that so all your cheese gets all melty. Just a little bit more salt. Man, that looks good. Alright, I'm going to turn this down on low because you want to keep that kind of going. But put a little bit of this in the bottom of your pan. And smush it out. Sounds like it's sizzling and going to scorch. We don't want no scorched sauce. And then just take your potatoes and layer them on top. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. These make me think of my mama. She used to make these for me. And actually, Nana Joyce is making chicken casserole. And that used to be her favorite things to cook for us, was chicken casserole and scalloped potatoes. So we're kind of eating a mama dinner. My mama. So then you just put another layer, and if you wanted to add onions, this is when you'd want to put your onions with your potatoes and add your onions to the shred, or sliced your onions real thin like I did the potatoes. Just layer your potatoes. Okay, I might have cut too many potatoes, so I'll just fry these other ones. Layer. The secret is just getting enough of your stuff between them, because this will cook into your potatoes. And you can always add a little more cheese between your layers if you like a lot more cheese. So this one I'm going to add a little cheese to it on this layer, and it'll just cook down in. Yeah, I definitely cut too many potatoes for this one. My problem is I'm used to cooking for 100 and 150 peoples, and I can't get myself conditioned back to cooking for 4 and 5 people. I'm used to cooking for the army. Feeding masses of people. Did one catering was 1,000 people, and I think we made 500 or so baked potatoes. That was crazy. But it was good. Alright. Put the rest of my cheesy goodness roux on top. spatula. I know it's got sour cream on it, but it'll just cook in. Get all that cheesy goodness out. Put it in your smooth it all over. You know that looks good right now. You know it's gonna be good when it's done. Alright. Well, I've got all the toppings on. So now I'm going to top it with some more cheese. Because you know you can't never have too much cheese. I think the cows are angels because they make that wonderful milk and butter and sour cream and ice cream. So I think when the good Lord created cows, he knew what he was doing. He's like, I'm making these cows because they hold everything together. And then they make hamburgers and steaks and stuff, which I don't like a whole lot, but a lot of people do. But that's my recipe for that cheesy potatoes au gratin. I'm going to cover it with some aluminum foil. And it will go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. At 45 minutes, I'll probably take it out and show you. And then I will take the tin foil off and brown it. So it's going in the oven. While the other potatoes are cooking, I took the leftover potatoes that were cut and just fried them. I know they look a little dark, but JD likes his really crunchy and dark. But I just took a pot, put some oil in it, and fried them until they were brown. And then we put seasoning salt on them for him. So that's what I did with the leftover potatoes. So I'm going to take those to JD. Alright, it's been 45 minutes. Our little dinger's gone off. I had a timer set. Oh, I can smell them. And I'm going to take the chicken casserole out too, because it's done. But we're going to take the aluminum foil off. And when you put your aluminum foil on these potatoes, because you put cheese on top, don't smush it down on top. Kind of leave a tint above it and just kind of put your aluminum foil on loose, and your cheese won't stick. So your cheese won't stick to your potatoes. But see how they're cooking around the edges? I'm gonna stick a knife in and make sure they're done in the middle. They could cook a little longer, so I'm gonna put them back in for about 15-20 more minutes. Okay, they're out of the oven. That's what they look like. That's what they look like out of the oven. So now we're going to eat them and see how good they are. The rolls I burnt, even sitting and watching them.
Told you can't say it.
How are the potatoes?
Delicious.
Are they good?
Yes, they're good.
You tried them,
Love
Papa?
the cheesy.
How are the potatoes?
Real good.
Oh. Cheesy potatoes. Success. Yeah, I'm eating one of them. Okay, that was cheesy au gratin potatoes, the recipe. So I added the recipe there for you, and we ate them, and they were delicious. And we'll be making something else soon. So don't forget to subscribe, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, me thumbs up, go to the interwebs and do all that, follow me everywhere, and we will see you next time. So don't forget to come back until next time and see where Jimmy James's journey goes next. Bye.